Move on to our community and deal with what's going on in our neighborhoods and throughout the entire community, because this is the core, the infrastructure of what's happening. And I've mentioned a little bit about this, and we do have some signs and billboards out front that you'll see this a little bit more clearly, because it's kind of hard to show up here. But one of the things that we do is we invest in our infrastructure, and we need to eliminate or remove as much blight as possible. Certainly we have our share of blight. But since I've been mayor, in 6 years, we've had one of the most aggressive demolition programs in the city's history, and we have torn down over 1,000 structures in the past 6 years. Think about that. 1,000 structures, most of them houses. Now, to put this in perspective so you understand what this means, imagine where you live, and think about how many houses are on your block. And then think about how many blocks it would take in your neighborhood to reach 1,000 homes. That's a staggering number. But that tells you how much blight we have to deal with, and this is just putting a dent in it. We still have a lot more to work on, and we're going to continue to do so. And again, with the help of Bethany Chamberlain and Lisa Miller. Bethany and Lisa, are you here? Where are they? Oh, they're on the back. Thank you. I'm going to recognize them. From our community development team, Bethany worked very hard in a very short period of time to help us get the grant together. Lisa was putting all the stuff together. Those two particularly helped us earn a grant that's going to allow us to tear down another 250 houses over the next 2 years. Thank you guys for that effort. But this map shows all the demos scattered around the city that we've taken down. All these lines are the roads and bridges that we have paved and repaired and built. Over $21 million in road and bridge work over the last 6 years. That amounts to over 80 miles of city roadway that we have been fixing, replacing, and repairing. And that doesn't even count the potholes we're about ready to fill. I don't want to get into that, but you know that's coming. Anyway, I can promise you in the next 30 days, those potholes will be gone, but not much sooner than that. Anyway, it's just a seasonal thing. But this is real improvement here. I know my staff didn't want me to talk about potholes, but no, we have to do it. This is really exciting, and this map is over there. This actually collectively shows everything that we have done in the past 6 years in reference to investing in our infrastructure. And I think this is one of the most important things that we've done when you look at all the information I'm sharing with you. This shows not just roads and bridges and demos. It shows you water treatment plant upgrades. It shows you sewer upgrades. It shows you where we fixed drainage ditches where you used to have flooding neighborhoods that are no longer there. But this reflects over $200 million of investment in our infrastructure in the past 6 years. $200 million during one of the most difficult financial periods because of the recession. We still were able to do this. A lot of this came from the stimulus program, from grants from the state and from the federal government, but we aggressively went after every dollar we could find, and we put it back into our community. And to give you an idea, this map shows you in detail. You can actually look at it up close, and it actually itemized it and shows you what went where. And we even broke it down by ward so that each ward can show you what's happening in your neighborhood. But this is a critically important part of what's been happening. This is behind the scenes stuff that you don't hear about, you don't talk about it, you don't typically see a lot of articles in the newspaper. But knowing that this administration has been committed to reinvesting in our community from the underground all the way up is critically important, because this is the stuff that needs to happen for us to be able to attract businesses, for us to be able to grow our community. You know why? Because our water system that we rebuilt all 3 plants and did all these projects for, our sewer system that we've got a brand new operation going in, upgrade system that's going to make us the cleanest, greenest wastewater treatment facility in the entire world. World class. Our water state's exciting. The water department has positioned us to have the lowest cost of water from anywhere, not just Ohio, but across the country. And our sanitation department is on the verge of taking us to the next level. These departments, led by, and I think we got these guys here, Jimmy DiMarzio in our sewer system, Tyler Converse, water department, Tracy Mills. Where's Tracy Mills? Tracy Mills. We also have Dan Maeglin, our engineer, who basically works with all those folks, Dan and his team. And Mark Adams in our sanitation department. Mark here? Mark, yeah, he's in the back there. I'm telling you what, these guys that I just mentioned are really changing the world. We talk about a standard of excellence. They are doing it, they're living it, and they're bringing it to you. And our cost of water, our cost of sewer, our cost of sanitation, all these projects have positioned us to be lower cost, not just today, but for the next 10 to 20 years, we will be one of the lowest cost providers of these items from any city anywhere, which makes us very attractive when we're out trying to bring companies and businesses to locate in our city. So thank you for what you're doing. We're going to see your impact for years to come. I have to mention Parks and Recreation. Is Derek Gordon here today? Derek Gordon. Let's hear it for Derek. Derek led the way for the park levy that got passed. That's going to allow us to merge the Parks and Recreation Department, as we're in the process of doing that over the upcoming years. That should happen in the next 2 years. In addition to that, it's allowing us to reinvest in our parks and recreation, and we're going to see amazing things out of him. But that didn't happen because of Derek, although he led the way. It happened because of you, the citizens of Canton, who were willing to invest in our city and support that levy and say, we want a better quality of life here in Canton, and we're willing to pay for it. So I want to thank the public for getting that passed. We're going to see great results from that levy. Thank you. This is another thing. This is the other best. No, this is the next most important. This is the most important thing. No, this is another really, really important thing. And there's so many great things happening that are so important that I want to say it's the most important, but again, it is just so important that we do this. The comprehensive plan is in the works. Last night at council, we sent the communication down for them to start the process. Once council gets through it and approves it, we will enter into contract, and that comprehensive plan will start. And about a year from now, the city will have our formal template that will give us direction and guidance for every neighborhood in every direction, in partnership with the chamber for the downtown, and partner with our big corporations, the Timken Company and Altman Hospital and Stark State and Malone, and what they're doing in their regions, and for the neighborhood associations and what you guys want to expect and see in your neighborhoods. All this is going to be put in one comprehensive plan, and we're all collectively going to have one vision on the direction that we're going to take our city. This is so important, and it's now in the works, and it will be here next year when I stand up here for the State of the City, and that will allow us to lead ourselves into the future. That's worth a hand.